Okay, and the daily has officially begun. So, as the name suggests, this is actually going to be about a dream. Yet again, I don't entirely like making these dailies, but um, it's just something that I think about because of it, because of like having the dream. So I'm like, you might as well. So, a lot happened in this, also as the name would suggest, but it just kind of began in like the middle of a story, basically. So, like this morning, I woke up from I could hear my niece and my nephew talking to my mother, and they were kind of making a bit of a ruckus. So I kind of woke up from that, and then I tried to go back to sleep. Obviously, that worked because I did. I fell back asleep, and I was like, okay, everything's fine, everything's good. And then I started dreaming. This dream was that it started in like basically the middle of a story. So for whatever reason, my friends from the KRUSTY KREW were in it, but only 3 of them. It was Adam, David, and Tyler, I believe, is the group. Uh, it is still a dream, so I do have some difficulty remembering. Ugh. But yeah, it was those 3, and they were just kind of doing their thing. So originally it was those 3 were over my house, and then me and 2 of my sisters were also there watching a movie or something along that line. I just remember all of us were kind of on our couches, like we're looking at the TV screen. And like the funny thing about that is we were doing it in the way that our house used to be set up, and not how the house is currently set up. So the way that our house is, like right up the stairs, if you turn right, there is immediately our living room. And like that's where the living room is. And originally to the right at the top of the stairs, like as I said, like there's a living room, but way over to the right near the door is where our TV was. Now we have it in the far back wall. Like as I said, like when you go up the stairs, you turn right, then go straight, and then you'd see the TV where it is currently. But as it was in the past, you'd turn right to be at the top of the stairs, and then you'd turn immediately right again, and then it would be against that wall. So yeah, we moved that, but that's where it was in the dream. That's where we were looking anyway. I don't actually remember if we ever saw the TV once. So that's where it was, and we were all just kind of watching something. And then Adam and David, who were originally sitting next to each other, thought about leaving. And then one of them said that they were hungry, so they should probably leave early just so that they can get some food on like the way back, but still be back in time. In time for what? I don't know. So then they decided to leave. And Tyler just kind of was like, I guess I could leave too. And so it kind of like jump cuts to me and Tyler talking as he parks his car in front of the house for whatever reason. I think he was like starting to leave, but then he stopped. David and Adam already left, and as my 2 sisters were in it, they were just kind of sitting on a couch, and they didn't really do anything at all in the dream. They were just kind of there. And then what's it called? I started talking with Tyler. Originally it was just me and him, and we were just kind of talking, just doing like the regular old thing, nothing special, nothing insane. The norm. Wait, did the ADC really just walk mid? Why? But so we're talking, and for whatever reason, the road is really, really, really slippery. like enough to where if your car doesn't have its parking brake, it will slide from just being parked. When you're actually driving, like the slightest little turn will basically spin you in a circle. I love being tired. And yeah, so like the road's really, really slippery. Me and Tyler are just talking on my porch, and there, for whatever reason, these two kids, which shouldn't be physically strong enough to do what I'm about to say, but they did it. They run over to Tyler's car. Originally, we were like, it's just two kids. It really doesn't matter. Who cares? So what? I tell you about unplugging my printer. That's what you think. League. Some real useful paper there, isn't it? Yeah, my dad walked in. Where is Aurelia? They managed to leave and come back before she got back here. Is this your first time, Aurelia? Is this your first time playing League of Legends? I fucked up there really hard. And I kind of overestimated the level 1's damage capabilities of, oh yeah, she doesn't have any damage capabilities. Because she's horrible. She doesn't know what she's doing. And she's standing there for no apparent reason. This is a pure 2v1. This is as pure as a 2v1 can get. She figured out how to use TP. God, I hate Tristana. Nope, damn it. Flew too close to the sun. Okay, but then the two kids, literally, they started sliding the car because, as I said, he didn't have his parking brake on. He was just regularly parked. They started sliding the car. They were doing this for the obvious purpose of they wanted to steal it. So, like, the one kid pushed on the back, the one kid pushed on the side, and then we noticed what they were doing, so we were like, excuse us, and we started to, like, walk over to them. But then as this happened, they officially, like, got, like, sleds or something underneath the wheels or something like that, and then they started pushing it at a very accelerated rate to where like we couldn't keep up. Come on! I didn't mean to level my E. But yeah, so they are pushing it fast enough to where we can't catch up. We are running as fast as we can, but somehow we're not like falling or anything. Like the road's slippery enough to slide cars, but we're just fine. This is a dream, remember that. But we're just fine, sitting there, being like, we all good. Nothing bad can happen to us. We are the Alpha and the Omega. You such trash. Like, come on. 4 deaths and bots. Like, I understand I have 2, but still.
If there are limits, I haven't found them yet. Good a time as any to act.
Oh, she is far. Da. See, why don't you like push harder on the lanes that like need it, and not push harder on the lane that should be getting the least amount of attention because it's the most behind? Like, this isn't a real game. This is a game that we're trying to win as fast as possible. So we're chasing that car down as fast as we physically can. And they are just beating us in this race. We are getting nowhere near. It's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. And because of this, oh, there's no real like big information about it. Just like because of this, we were kind of like losing hope. But then eventually we get to their, I want to say, base of operations. Really? Where we find out that it's just like, originally we didn't even realize like how young the children were, but they were like no more than 7. Just kind of doing their own thing. And then we asked them, okay, where'd you put the car? Because we kind of lost sight of them before we made it there. And we were like, where'd you put the car? Originally, they wouldn't answer us, just being like, I will never tell you. So we start looking around and so on and so forth. And then I start hearing like music blaring. And I'm kind of getting worried for like, okay, they have to have like some sort of parent of sort. So I'm getting a little worried of like maybe they condone this type of behavior. And in that case, I would have a bit of an issue because they're probably going to like argue with us instead of their children. So eventually we were thinking, okay, we got to find this either like now or never type deal, and we start really throwing down on the searches and just checking everywhere we can. You really gonna keep chasing me here, Mundo? Like, you've gone over half the map's distance. But then, like, as we start hearing the music get closer and closer is when everything just kind of stops. Like, the dream ends, I wake up, and for, like, 3 seconds, I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? Where am I? Type stuff. Can you not kill one minion wave? Like, you literally just need to auto attack them, even if you're not last hitting. God darn it. I've decided that attacking her under tower would not be my best decision yet. I really wasn't expecting the topic of just my dream to really go for the entire distance of the video, but you know, when you get distracted like twice and you're met with this really not good teammate, and then you have some really good teammates, and then you're capable of making that awesome W ult play, like, I'm sorry, who didn't here see that and immediately go, oh yeah, that was some quality stuff right there. Okay, but I did manage to finish the game, and that topic lasted through the majority of it. Zaya just ran over the enemy team. What? Okay, interesting. That give me like another slot? Doesn't look like it. No, still locked. Okay, but with that, I do also have to say that I don't know if I'm going to be streaming today because I have a lot of things that I need to be working on school-wise, so I am sorry in advance if I don't stream until after I get home at like midnight, but that might happen. So I'm going to thank you all very much for watching today's daily, and I'm going to bid you all adieu. Goodbye.